I just saw one of the most brain dead takes, and that's saying a lot because there's a lot of brain dead takes up here. Someone's like, oh, I've been haunting Adelaide and I learned how bad human trafficking is. You had to read a book that's basically just porn and trauma to understand what human trafficking is? Oh my god, we are so doomed. We are so doomed. And honestly, I am sick and fucking tired of this narrative that it's like an innocent, middle-class white girl or like a woman getting kidnapped by a creepy man in a van and sold off to a rich man for the richest bidder, when it's not really what human trafficking is. Human trafficking is often people who are poor, people who are homeless, people who are immigrants, people in a very shitty situation that are either forced to or tricked into doing those things. Like, for an example, and before anyone calls me racist, because I know. Take for an example, for a time, women from Eastern Europe would come over here to get married for the green card. So, men over there would tell them that they were going to go get married to an American dude and get their green card, and you know. When they came over here, they were getting pimped out to men. And if they tried to run away, tried to say no, they threatened their families. So they had no choice. Same thing happened with different groups of immigrants in every category. They were told, oh, we got you a job. Or if it was children, oh, you're going to a school overseas and you'll have somewhere to live. And surprise, they're either forced to work in a factory or they're sex slaves. And sometimes it's not even that. It's their own family doing it to them. There's been so many cases of people selling their children for drugs, for money, for horrific and horrendous ass reasons. And there's of course cases of men going into a relationship with women and forcing them to sell themselves so he can gain money. That happens a lot too. That does not get discussed very often. And unfortunately, the main targets for these things are brown and black women. And our indigenous sisters, of course. But honestly, I feel weird saying indigenous, considering that indigenous people can be any color, really. But, you know, it doesn't, for some reason in some people's brain, it doesn't register that we matter too. And another thing I forgot to mention is sometimes they take advantage of women in pretty horrific circumstances. Like, say for an example, you have a woman with like substance abuse issues. She doesn't talk to her family because her family cut her off because of said issues. She goes to a trap house or something. She starts using. She hangs out with a crowd and the crowd convinces her to do stuff. So now she's doing for money. They keep the money, and if she doesn't bring them a certain amount of money, they beat her ass, or they kick her once she's no use to them. So, I'm just so sick and tired of human trafficking being treated that way. Also, and this is going to sound really, really morbid, and please don't take it as me not caring. No one's going to go and snatch up your child at Target to sell them to a human trafficking ring. If they're going to do it, either they're going to do stuff to your kid, get caught and leave them alone, give them back, which is rare, or just do whatever and kill them. They're not going to traffic them because they know that you, that parent, is going to go out their way to go look for your child. You are going to raise hell to look for that child, which is why they wouldn't want to take people whose families are actively looking for them anyway. But yeah, just wanted to let you guys know.